Okay, all right. Good afternoon, grade fours. I hope you guys are well. Okay, my name is Mima Luleke, and then I'm taking you guys for maths. Okay, so as I told the others, today is my last day with you guys, but there's going to be a teacher, Mr. Chiponso, is going to join you on Monday. So today is the last day with just Mima Luleke, not with maths, with this teacher, but there is a teacher already in my place. So yeah, so I'll miss you guys. Yes. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, I've seen on the chat, I've seen the messages. Okay, let's just concentrate on today's lesson. I've seen how much you guys are going to miss me, and I'm also going to miss you. I would just want to say, I had such a great opportunity to meet you guys online, and you continue being good because I know you guys are good. So yeah, okay. So today we are doing symmetry, and then we are doing symmetry, and then thank you. Oh, I saw that right. Okay, and then it's our week 8 lesson 5. So symmetry is such a short topic, but you just have to understand what it is. So what I discovered, you guys also do symmetry in is it creative arts, if I'm not mistaken, or is it in the other grade? But I know that we do not only do symmetry in maths, we do it in in other subjects. I'm not sure, is it in creative arts where you guys hi guys. Okay, and I know you actually drew a butterfly. I don't know whether that was the creative arts teacher of my school who made them to do symmetry there. Okay, so by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to recognize lines of symmetry, and then you should also be able to draw them, by the way. But then I won't do the drawing activity because I won't be able to see what you guys actually draw, but you should be able to, or in art. Thank you, Gabriel. Yes, you do it in art. So symmetry is not it's not a new topic, I know, because you do it in art. And then you're also going to be able to describe lines of symmetry. Then remember yesterday, guys, I said you should bring actually an A4 paper. Remember I said that. So I hope you brought the A4 paper. An A4 paper. It's in a rectangular form. Yes. Okay. So if you brought it, just put it on your side. We are going to use it today. If you didn't bring it, just shout out to your mommy. Mommy, bring the A4 paper here. I'm joking. You have to say, Mommy, can I please have an A4 paper? You have to be polite, guys. You have to have manners. Yes. Okay. I see Joda is saying yes, I brought it. Okay. So you guys didn't forget, right? Okay. It will come a time where we're going to talk about that A4 paper. I just wanted to remind you. So getting into the lesson, what is a line of symmetry? So when we talk about a line of symmetry is a line that divides a shape into two identical halves. Yo, guys, by identical, it means that it has to be the same. This side and the other side has to be the same. They have to look identical. So if you are one of the people, I always tell my learners, is it possible to divide a human being? Do we have a line of symmetry if we draw if we draw a line from your head going down to your nose and going down? Do we have a line of symmetry? What do you think? What if you have a dot on your left side, but you do not have a dot on the right hand side? Then do you have a line of symmetry? Okay, Joda says yes, no wonder says yes. Okay, and then they no, we don't. But don't we? It's fine, Kara. I think we do have a line of symmetry. That is if your left hand side looks exactly the same as the right hand side. Okay, I think so. I don't know what okay, you have told me what you think. So when you talk about line symmetry, a shape has line symmetry if it can be folded. Now we're talking about a shape, ne? We're not talking about us, a human being, because we cannot be folded. If you can be folded, if you can be folded, then something is not right, because it means you don't have bonds. And if you can be folded, you'll die, ne? Imagine if we fold you in half, yo. Okay. So we are talking about a shape. So a shape has a line symmetry if it can be folded in such a way that one half lies exactly on the other half. Yeah? So if you fold it, one half should lie exactly on the other half. So it should actually look the same. So then we can say that a shape has a line symmetry. It has a line symmetry. It's fine, Dane. Okay, thank you, Unati. If you have a mosquito bite, Tarin, so for today you cannot have a line of symmetry. Okay, all right. So now we understand what a line of symmetry is, right? It has to divide a shape into two identical halves. So you see there's an activity that I'll give you guys where you'll see what do I mean by identical halves. So if a shape has a line symmetry, this means that there is a line that divides the shape into two identical halves that are mirror images of one another. Okay, everyone knows what a mirror is, right? We've been in a mirror. What is it that you see on a mirror? You see yourself exactly. If you have a dot on your head, the dot is going to be there on the mirror, right? So if a shape has a line symmetry, it means that the halves are mirror images of one another. They look exactly the same. So some shapes have no line of symmetry, some have one line of symmetry, and other shapes have more than one line of symmetry. So some shapes, they don't have a line of symmetry at all. Like if your hand was a shape, your hand wasn't going to have, it's fine, Mornay. So if your hand was a shape, will your hand have a line of symmetry? You check. I don't know whether it's if you check your hands and then the aligns the line that looks like an M. Ne? For me, it looks like, I don't know whether you guys have the same line that looks like an M. So already, if we cut my hand in half, it's not going to be the same. There's not going to be a line of symmetry because the other side have a thumb and a forefinger, and then the other side have a small finger. Can you see that? So the hand can never have a line of symmetry. Okay. Hi, Sposisiwe. It's fine. Okay, I think I don't know if Sposisiwe is new or not. Thank you for joining us, Sposisiwe. So let's look at some 2D shapes. This is like a warm-up activity. So look at these two shapes, at these two pictures. Which picture has both arrows pointing in the same direction? Okay, we answer on the chart. Which picture has both arrows pointing in the same direction? Pointing in the same direction. Okay, it's picture B. Okay, Gabriel said it's picture B. Joda, Mamukata. Okay, it's picture B. Ne? Morne is picture B. It's in the same direction, right? And then, which picture has the arrows pointing in opposite direction? Which picture is the arrows pointing in opposite directions? Opposite now. So we have to, okay, so it's picture A. Okay, Joda Unati, Dane Katekile. Okay, so now, which picture can we say that is showing line of symmetry? Between picture A and picture B, which picture then can we say is showing line of symmetry? Okay, I don't know. Okay, some are saying B, some are saying A. I'm confused. Okay, Zoe says B, Joda says A, Gabriel says B, Tarin says A. Ramu says A, Nogande says A. Okay, so the answer is A, guys. Yes, it is A. So A is showing line symmetry, not B. Ne? Remember mirror. If you are in a mirror, this line symmetry, if you are in a mirror, remember for girls especially, what happens if you are combing your hair and you are looking on the mirror? If you hold your right hand, is that what you see on the mirror? You always see the opposite, right? Or am I lying? If you try to fix something on your hand, what is it that you see? You see the opposite part, right? So this number A, this is the mirror one. If you put a mirror here, this is what you're going to see. When you guys do also transformation, you're going to see the mirror one. Yeah? And then let's look at number 3. Which picture has two identical halves? Here on A and B, which picture has two identical halves? Okay, picture. It's hard to brush your hair. Okay, yeah, Taryn, you are right. It's hard because your mirror lies. What you see on the left hand is actually on the right hand. So which picture has two identical halves? Okay, someone is saying A and someone is saying B. Okay, some people are saying A and some people are saying B. So does B have identical halves? Are they the same? Let's look at B. We have this picture and then we have this one. Are they identical? Looking at A and B, Now also thinking about the mirror. If is B what you're going to see on the mirror, guys? Yes, the answer is A. Yes, you are right. So those that said A, the answer is A. So which two pictures has two halves that show symmetry? Between A and B, which picture has two halves that show symmetry? Picture? Where do we see symmetry, guys? Picture A. Yes, you are right. Picture A, not picture B, guys. Picture A. Remember the mirror. Yes, picture A. Okay. All right. I see people now are saying picture A. Okay. So this was a warm-up activity so that you guys can recognize some things. Now, let's look at these objects of nature. Nature, the natural. Which ones have lines of symmetry? Does A have a line of symmetry? If you cut A in half, does it have a line of symmetry? Sorry. Okay, let's see. Yes, no. Does it have a line of symmetry? It can't be. Yes, guys, check this size. Okay, I want you to, no, it doesn't. Check this leaf and check this one. Are they the same shape? Are they the same size? This one, look at my mouse. Look at this one and this one. So if we cut this, I'm thinking you're going to cut this in half, right? If we cut it in half, is this shape is pointy and this one looks a little bit curved. Can you see that? And then also check these guys, about two. Check this one. There is one curve, there's two curves, and we don't have any curves here. So no, it doesn't. Yes, thank you. It does not have. A, it doesn't have. What about number B? B. Okay, now we're answering for B. Ne? Does B have a line of symmetry? Does B have? Okay, we're answering on the chat, ne? Okay, yes. Yes, it does. If we cut it in half like that. So what is going to be here is going to be here. So yes, it does. Yes, B has. Okay, now let's move on to C. Yes, it does. What about C? That ladybug. That ladybug. Does that ladybug have a line of symmetry? If we cut it here, or should we cut it in half like that? Can we cut it like that? No, we cannot. Can we cut it like that? Like that? What do you guys say? No, yes. I don't know. Which one is it? Does it have a line of symmetry? Yes, it does. It does. Joda. Okay, Joda is saying no. Why not, Joda? Why are you saying no? Is it because of this leg? And then number D, this butterfly, does it have a line of symmetry? Does number D have a line of symmetry? A butterfly? It's a beautiful one, eh? Okay, yes, it does. What about number E? What about number E? Does it have a line of symmetry? If we cut it right there, I think that's a sunflower. Okay, yes, it does. You are right. What about number F? Does it have a line of symmetry? Can we cut this tree now? Okay, no. Okay, you can see that. So no, yes, number F does not have a line of symmetry. So these are objects that we find in nature, right? So some of them are symmetrical and some of them are not. Okay, now remember I said you should bring that A4 paper. So this is the time that you're going to use. And please be honest. Ne? I want you to be honest. So I want you to take the A4 paper. I hope it's straight. Take it and hold it in front of you. And then I want you to fold it. Fold it so that you fold it in half. And then you tell me, is it possible that we can fold it in half? Fold it according to its length. Okay, so yes, we can fold it, right? Okay, and then now let's check. You fold it. Yes, it can fold. Okay, let's remove that. Okay, open it up again and then fold it the other way around. If you folded it on its length now, or okay, if you folded it on the longer side, now I want you to fold it on the shorter side. I want you to fold it on the shorter side, on the shorter side. Can you fold it? Kayla, why don't you have an A4 paper? I said you guys should bring, man, or even tear off a page from your scribbler, not from your mess book. Your teacher will kill you if you tear off from the mess book. Okay, so from a scribbler, the one where you do your calculations, you can tear off a page even if it's written on. Okay, so along its length, we managed to fold it, right? That's one. And then we also managed to fold it along its width, right? So now I want you to look at my mouse here. I want you to fold it from this corner to that corner. I want you to fold it from this corner to that corner. Do that. Can it, does it lie on top of each other? Like, is it possible that it can be a line of symmetry there? No? Okay. Okay, I see the saying no. So what happens if you fold it? It overlaps, right? It overlaps. Okay. Yes, so that's what happens. But now I want you to tell me something. If you were to draw, okay, it overlaps physically. If you were to draw a line, is it going to be possible for you to draw from this corner to that corner? Is it going to be possible if you are to draw? Okay, Spusiso is saying yes. Yes, if you are to draw, it's possible, right? But then, yeah, to draw is possible, but then to fold it is not possible. So you see, with a rectangle is not like a square. If you are drawing, I'm telling you, you're going to get 4 lines of symmetry in a rectangle. But then if we fold it, so we have to use, remember we said it has to fold and then it lies exactly on top. If it doesn't lie exactly on top, then it is not a line of symmetry. So drawing and actually folding it or doing it physically is different. But if you guys had a square, so if you had a piece of a paper that is a square, it was going to allow you to do that. So a square then will give us how many lines of symmetry do you think a square has? How many lines of symmetry do you think a square has? How many times can you fold it and it allows the other part to be on top of it without overlapping? Okay, so Jordan said 4, Gabriel said 4. Okay, yes. So a square will allow us to fold it 4 times, 4 times, 4 guys for a square. And then for a rectangle, it's only 2. So we can only do 2 for a rectangle, but a square, we do 4. A square, because it is equal size, so it allows to be folded, even if we fold it diagonally, it will allow it to go exactly on top, and then we fold it the other diagonal, it will allow it. But for a rectangle, it only allows 2, you see? So that is the difference between a square and a rectangle. So what your teachers love doing, because I also love doing it to my kids, I will say how many lines of symmetry does, I won't say how many, I won't ask you that one. I will give you a rectangle and then I say draw the lines of symmetry on a rectangle, right? And then you guys, Shem, you always fall for it. Then you're going to draw 1, which is along the length, and then you draw 2, which is along the width, and then you draw diagonally. When you draw it, it agrees, but it is not true because we've just proven it. That is not true. So don't fall to your teacher's trap. A rectangle only has 2 lines of symmetry. You have also seen it. And then a square has 4 lines of symmetry. So you have learned something today. And then now let's come to this one. How many lines of symmetry does each shape have? How many lines of symmetry does each shape have? Let's start with this one. Let's start with this one. What shape is this? Guys, what shape is this? Tell me, what shape is this first one here? What shape is this one? I want anyone to give me the name of this shape. What is it called? It's not a hexagon. What is it? Yeah, just type in the answers for me then. It's not a hexagon. How many sides does it have? It's a, okay, yes, okay, Kayla, okay, all right, okay. I see Kayla, Sbusiso, Joda, Zoe, you said it's a pentagon. Guys, it's a pentagon. Why is it a pentagon? Because it has 5 sides. And this pentagon is very special, guys. It just doesn't have 5 sides. It has 5 equal sides, right? It has 5 equal sides. So then we will call this pentagon, we'll call it a regular pentagon. Why do we use the word regular? So regular means that the sides are equal. So what is it that you know about a shape that has equal sides? We said a square has 4 equal sides and it has 4 lines of symmetry, guys, right? So what about if a pentagon also has 5 equal sides? How many lines of symmetry will it then have? Because the sides are equal, how many lines of symmetry will it have? Okay, yes, Keira, you are right. It will have 5 lines of symmetry. Yes, it will have 5. So this only applies, yes, Tarin and Shiba. Okay, so it will have 5 because the lines are equal. Okay, I was trying to see if I can draw them here. Okay, but then I can't, it doesn't give me the option. I actually wanted to show you that if from each corner, if you draw, so if I move my mouse here and then cut half here, so you see that this side and this side will be equal. And then if I move, you can also do it only if the pentagon has equal sides. So from each corner, you can actually cut half, or you can draw it and then cut it out and then make each corner be a point. You see how this one is? So this first one, obviously the first one, you're going to cut it exactly here, right? You cut it there and then you have a half. And then if you make this one, now if we turn it and make this one to be a point, so if we just rotate this one and this point comes here, then it is going to look the same like this one. So we can do that to with all the points. So a regular pentagon, that is a pentagon with all the sides equal, it has 5 lines of symmetry. And then what about a circle? How many lines of symmetry do you think it has? A circle? 0? A circle has 4? Okay, 0? Because it's a circle. 0. I'm asking, guys. I'm not saying the answer is 0. I'm asking 4. Okay, so we can cut it in 4. 302. Okay. 0. Okay, guys. Okay, it's going to surprise you. We cannot count the number of symmetry in a circle. So we say that a circle has infinite numbers. So infinite means we can't count them. There are that many. So someone who said 302, yeah, it means there are many, but we don't know how many. So a circle, we say that it has infinite number of symmetry because we can cut it as long as, okay, so this is the center, right? So you can cut it like that, you can cut it like that, you can cut it there, you can cut it there. So we cannot end counting the number of symmetries in a circle. Then we say it has infinite, it has a million. Okay, you can't even say million, it's infinite, yes. Okay, I see someone is saying 1, then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, and what about a square? We've spoken about a square, remember? We said a square has how many? A square has? Oh yes, like a pizza. Yes, so like a pizza. Okay, a square, we said it has 4. Yeah, like a cake, Dylan. Okay, I love your examples. Like a cake, it has infinite. So you can cut the cake depending on how many pieces you want. Okay, yes, so this one, it is 4. You are right. And then what about the hexagon? Now let me say something about this hexagon. It has also equal sides. So it's called a regular hexagon. So how many lines of symmetry are there? And how many lines of symmetry are there in this hexagon? Okay, Shibabu said, yes, it has 6. Okay, it has 6. No wonder you're right, so you are right. It has 6 because it has 6 sides. So it means that we can cut half there. From there to there, we cut half, right? We cut half there, and then we can cut half there, and half there, and half there, and we can cut half there. So you can also try this at home, and as long as the sides are equal. But if it's a hexagon whose sides are not equal, then it will maybe have 1 line of symmetry. And what about this triangle? What about the triangle? How many lines of symmetry are there? Okay, the sides are equal. Okay, a triangle has 3. Thank you, Kayla. A triangle has 3 lines of symmetry. So only if it is an equilateral triangle. So only if the sides are equal. So we can cut it from here and then half there, you see, or we can cut this half, or we can move from this corner to that half. So yes, it has three, as a triangle has 3 lines of symmetry. So we get this with 2D shapes, right? And then, okay, just so you guys can see how the lines of symmetry are cut, let's look at a square now. I hope you're looking. So we can cut it like that. This is the first one, right? We agree. And then that is the second one. This we can do on a rectangle, but we cannot do on, we can do on a rectangle on if it's drawn, but we can't do it physically. So this is the second line of symmetry. This is the third line, and then this is the fourth line on a square, right? And then on a rectangle, 1, 2, and that's it. On a parallelogram, guys, remember you learned about the parallelogram. On a parallelogram, because it's skewed like that, even if you draw it and you cut it out and you try to fold it, it will not allow. So a parallelogram does not have a line of symmetry if it's this kind of a parallelogram. And then on a kite only has 1 line of symmetry. We can only cut it like that. Can you see that? And then on a rhombus, we can only cut it like that, so that when you fold it, this part is going to rest right on top of this part. Can you see that? Okay, so yes, so those are the lines of symmetry, and that is how we draw the line of symmetry. Okay, always when you draw the lines of symmetry, guys, I didn't have the dotted line. It has to be dotted, not the straight solid. It has to be dotted. The lines has to be dotted, so it's broken lines. So this is how we draw the lines of symmetry. And then identify the lines of symmetry in these shapes. Okay, so also let's look at this pentagon. I want us to look at this pentagon. We see all the sides are equal. So then this is the first way. Can you see how we divide it? So the first one, okay, let's see if I can get that a little bit slow. So the first one there, and then can you see the second point? So the second one from this point going up. So that is the second one. And then from this point also, we divide it like this. From this point, we divide it. From that point, we divide it, and the last one. So I said we divide it on the points. Only if it is equal, guys. Only if the sides are equal. Please take note. Only if the sides are equal. And then let's look at this one. This is a star, right? So this star only has 2 lines of symmetry. Can you see that? So we can do it vertical, and we can do it horizontal. And then what is it that you see about this triangle? Can you see that this triangle doesn't have equal sides? It's unlike that triangle that you saw, right? So this triangle, we can only divide it once because it doesn't have equal sides like that triangle that you saw. So you have to check your shapes to see if they have equal sides or not. And then let's talk about these ones. Are these lines of symmetry correct? If it's drawn like this, let's talk about this kite. Is this how we draw a line of symmetry? Okay, no, obviously not, because the other half, remember we said it has to look like the other one. So if we draw it like this, this is wrong, guys. And then is this how we draw? Is this how we draw the symmetry of a square? Is this correct? So if not, is there anything short? Okay, this is how we draw. Is there anything short on these lines of symmetry of a square? So we are short 2 lines, right? So there's only diagonal and diagonal. So if you get a question that says, draw the lines of symmetry of a square, and then your answer is this, guys, you're going to get it wrong, because this is not all. These are not all the lines of symmetry. And then what about this one? Is this correct? Is this correct, the triangle? Is it correct, guys? Okay, Dane, Taryn, they're saying yes, it is correct. And then Dylan and Shiba, they're saying no. Okay, now which one is which? Which is which, guys? Okay, so on the kite, that one is wrong. On a square, so this is how we draw it on a kite, right? And then on a square, we were short this one. And then on a triangle, it was correct. So if you say this is how we will divide it on a triangle, you were right. And then, so there's wrong way of drawing the symmetry, and then there's the right way. Make sure you know, you just have to understand that the sides, man, they have to look the same and they have to be equal. And then now, if we look at what you call a reflective, remember I said a mirror, and a mirror reflects, right? So if we look at a reflective symmetry, it's where one half of the image is the reflection of the other half. Like when you go to your mirror, you see your reflection, right? And you know that song where I don't know how to sing, but it says something about a mirror reflection. So you could fold the image and have both halves match exactly. So if we see this heart, and then this is the reflective symmetry. So if you go to a mirror, this will be the mirror. So this side is the same as this side. And then when you look at this type of pentagon, this pentagon is not like that pentagon that you spoke about. So this one is an irregular pentagon because the sides are not equal. So it only has one. So you can only reflect it once, or we can have one line of symmetry. And then we have that sign there, you see, the reflective sign, the reflective line. This side and this side is equal. And then same applies to here. So this one is called reflective symmetry. And then lots of real life objects are symmetrical. Okay, we've spoken about this. So lots of real life objects are symmetrical. So if we look here, so this one, if we draw a line here, it's symmetrical. And then the butterfly always is symmetrical. We can see the sign here. I think it's a hospital sign, or it's a country's flag. I don't know which country is it, Japan. Oh, it's Zinzi. Oh, sorry, Zinzi. Okay, all right. Askisi. Okay. So this one, I don't know whether it's it's not a Japanese flag, man. It's Denmark. Someone is saying Denmark and someone is saying England. Okay, I know the Japanese is a red circle or something. It's England. Okay, Dane and Dylan are saying it's England. Okay, I don't know. England. Okay, John Paul is saying it's England. I just have to do my homework and then yeah. So we can see this is symmetrical. So if we cut it half there, or we can even cut it in half like that. And then same applies to here. So lots of real life objects. So as you look at things, you can just check, does this have symmetry? Why doesn't it have, or why does it have? Okay, now we come to the questions. I told you that symmetry is a very short topic. So that's what you have to know about symmetry. So now we can answer the questions. Which shape has no lines of symmetry? Which shape has no lines of symmetry? I think I can unmute people. I'm tired of talking. You can raise your hand. Okay, Zoe being the first one. Zoe, you are unmuted. Hi, Zoe, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And how are you, ma'am?
I'm also fine. So which shape has no lines of symmetry between a circle, a parallelogram, and a pentagon?
A parallelogram, ma'am.
A parallelogram. Well done. Thank you, Zoe. So a parallelogram is the one that does not have lines of symmetry. And then we move on to the next question. The next one to answer will be Zinzi, because that's Zinzi on the line. Which shape has infinite number of lines of symmetry? Zinzi, I'm going to unmute you. Zinzi, you are okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Zinzi, how are you?
I am fine, thanking you.
I'm also good. Okay, so which shape has an infinite number of lines of symmetry?
The circle, ma'am.
A circle, you are right. We said we cannot count them. Thank you, Zinzi, for answering. Okay, we go to the next question. So the next person on the line is Tarin, then is Dylan. The next question is, which shape has two lines of symmetry? Tarin, you are unmuted. No, good morning. It's afternoon, Tarin.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you got it right now. Afternoon, Tarin, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm also good. So which shape has two lines of symmetry?
Can you please read number C, because I can't understand. I can't read the second word for C.
Okay, it's an equilateral triangle. So that's a triangle with three sides equal.
Okay. Number a rectangle has two lines of symmetry.
Yes, well done. A rectangle has two lines of symmetry. Thank you, Tarin, for answering. You got it right. And then the next person is Dylan. Do you still have any questions? Okay, all right. So let me first explain this, Dylan, before you answer it. So when you talk about, so these are skirts, these are skirt designers. So when you talk about symmetrical, we mean that if we cut them in half, are they going to be the same? Are they going to, is the one part going to look the same as the other part? Dylan, did you understand? So is this skirt symmetrical? So if we cut it in half, whether horizontally or vertically, is it going to be symmetrical? Dylan, you are unmuted. Hi, Dylan.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you, Dylan?
Fine, ma'am.
So if we cut it in half, is it going to be symmetrical?
Yes, ma'am.
Serious, Dylan? Okay, let's try to cut it in half. So say this line is going to go through like that, like that, like that. Is this part going to look the same as this one? Check the colors.
No, ma'am.
Yes, because this side is going to be yellow and this side is going to be blue. Remember, if it's in a mirror, will a mirror, if you're wearing a red t-shirt, will a mirror show a blue t-shirt?
No, ma'am.
Yes, so that is also what you do with the symmetrical line. Thank you, Dylan, for answering. Okay, let's look at the next one. What about this one? Okay, so this one, oh, there is the shape. It's cut, and then you see this side is not the same as this side. So the answer is no. And then what about this one? Is this shape symmetrical? And the next person to be unmuted is Joda. Joda, you are unmuted. Unmute, unmute. It doesn't, okay, there you go. Hi, Joda. Joda, you are unmuted.
Good day, ma'am.
Good day, Joda. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you, ma'am?
I'm also good. No complaints. Okay. You can tell us?
I think this will be symmetrical.
It will be symmetrical indeed. You are right. Thank you, Joda, for answering. Okay, let me just lower that one. So yes, it will be, so this is how it's going to be cut. And yes, it will be symmetrical. So there's thumbs up. It will be symmetrical. And what about this one? The next one to answer is going to be Newo. Newo, you are unmuted.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Newo.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
Good, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, this won't be symmetrical
Okay, why do you say that?
because when you cut it in half, the other two sides, the triangles are up, and the other two sides, one triangle is upside down and the other one is up.
Yes, you are right. Thank you for your reasoning. Thank you so much, Neil, for answering. Okay, so as Neil have said, let's cut it in half. There, so we see the other side, the two triangles are up, and then the other side, one triangle is upside down. So thumbs down, it is not symmetrical. Okay, unfortunately, that brings us to the end, guys. Okay, it brings us to the end of symmetry. I hope you guys understood. And then in summary, shapes that are regular shapes. So a regular shape, okay, we still have 7 minutes, don't worry. Regular shapes have the same line of symmetry as the number of sides. So I said regular shapes are those shapes that have sides that are equal, right? And then for example, a regular pentagon have 5 lines of symmetry and a regular hexagon have 6 lines of symmetry. So for a shape to be regular, it has to have all the sides equal, right? And then for more information, okay, you can visit that website. And then yeah, then on Monday you guys are going to start with geometric patterns. So as I said, okay, so this brings us to the end of our today's lesson. As I said that on Monday you are going to have Mr. Chiponso with you guys. Today is my last day, and it was a pleasure knowing you. I hope someday you'll be like, ma'am, I remember you. You were my online teacher. So you guys must always be good. And yes, on Monday you're going to have a new teacher. So be here on Monday. And yes, bye forever. Okay, it's not forever. So yes, bye guys, and please stay safe. Okay, I love you. Yes, I love you. I'll also never forget you, Zoe. Okay, and I'm going to miss you guys. Unfortunately, Katekile, I have to go. Okay, okay, thank you. Bye, Rarak. Okay, bye. Love you too, Katekile. I'll also miss you, Sbusiso, and I love you. Bye, Zin.